Hello, Alan. You have some problems with the sound.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a never-ending problem, unfortunately. Every time I start my computer, this happens. The microphone switches to a very crazy.
Maybe you listen to something in different frequency range, and your microphone was changed.
Yeah, maybe. But I only have one microphone. That's it. It's on the camera.
No, I mean, if you listen to, for example, MP3 and 48 kilohertz format, your computer may suddenly change the frequency range.
Good
Sampling
point.
rating. Yeah.
Yes, it's very possible. Yeah, it's very likely. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I do save it, for example, now I have either the default option of the microphone or, my camera's microphone. So if I save it, let's say on default now you can hear me. The next time when I start my computer, let's say tomorrow, it will be on default, but it's gonna sound funny again. So I have to change it back to the camera's microphone. It's like a cycle. I don't understand it. So maybe it's something to do with frequency, like you say. Maybe it's some sort of a bug. I don't know. Yeah.
It's a Windows computer.
Yeah, it's a Windows computer. Yeah.
Oh.
I never had that problem before. Maybe since I started to use these headphones, I think that's when it started to happen.
Maybe.
Anyways, it's okay. Hello, Vitaly. Welcome.
Hello, Alan.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
So how's everything? How was your day, guys? Andre, what did you get up to?
I have a very nice day, but very boring.
Why? Nothing exciting.
The most interesting thing was in my office when I just watched your morning lessons. Nothing more interesting
wow.
happened.
I'm privileged.
In some senses, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's good to know that my lessons are the highlight of your day.
Yeah.
Any plans for the weekend?
Yes. We want to go to the most interesting city in country. I mean, Lvov. It's very beautiful city with the old style of architecture and with many sites. And I think it will be very exciting, maybe. I hope for that.
You hope.
Unfortunately, I will have no possibility to take part in lessons on English journey this time because I don't sure if I have Wi-Fi or something else or not.
Oh, yeah, internet reception.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can always watch the recorded lesson, which is
of course, yeah.
the key benefit.
Yeah.
So what's the city called that you're going to? Did you say?
I write it.
Lviv.
Or Lvov.
Love. Okay, nice. Yeah, I haven't heard about it. I'll check it out later on.
Yes. Even more, I invite you to visit this Very nice city.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, maybe go on a on a trip
Yeah.
to that part of the world. I haven't been there yet, so I'll have to check it out. Yeah. Okay, what about the other students? Ksenia, how was your day?
Hello, I was reading a forum about plants all day.
You were watering your plants.
No, I was reading a forum.
Oh, you're reading on a forum. I see. Nice. In English? An English forum?
No, it's Russian forum.
Russian forum. Okay. Cool. Any plans for the weekend?
I don't think so. Maybe I will stay at home and study.
Good. Okay. And Vitaly, what about yourself? How was your day?
Oh, thank you. I have a productive day. I think I made some important things in my job, and after that I try to write my essay. It was variety of preparing for IELTS. I'll plan to pass maybe in December, maybe later.
That's good. So you're hoping to take the test in September? Sorry, in December, yeah?
Oh, December. I need to have 5 band or score in our categories, our parts of exams, and I give this result. I watch this results.
Yeah. So you're under pressure. You need to get it.
Yes. That's like.
That's good. Yeah. Hopefully you'll do well. Yeah, and get the mark that you require. Okay, so I presume you're going to be studying over the weekend as well, and preparing a little bit here and there.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, that's good. All right, guys. So it looks like it's just the 4 of us. Actually, the 5 of us, because there is another viewer in the lobby watching us. All right. So, who was present in our previous lesson when we did episode 12 on IELTS yesterday? Was anyone there? Vitaly, I think you were there, yeah?
I was absent, unfortunately.
Do you remember what we discussed? I think I gave a little bit of homework. Maybe we could briefly touch on it. It was about attitude.
But to the job, I passed this lesson. The connected disconnected. This was disconnected, and I don't understand what I do. I should do.
Okay. Should we go through it together? There are only 2 activities. Shouldn't take us too long. I think Ksenia and Andrei will benefit as well. Is that okay with everyone? Should we just briefly go through the couple of activities? Because we didn't get to finish the activities yesterday, so it's, I think, important that we cover them.
In easy touch.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah, we won't be too long. I mean, hopefully, as long as we all understand. Okay, so I'll maximize it for you.
Okay, I saw a little bit from this lesson with Renat. You discussed some phrases.
We
Yeah.
only came, I think, on question 3 or question 4. That's where we left off. Yes. So here, what are we doing? We are choosing the appropriate attitude marker from the box. So these are all attitude markers. You know, most of the time, you know, or a lot of the times actually, we find them at the beginning of a statement or sentence, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so let's continue from.
Oh, sorry, Alan. Could you explain very shortly the meaning of the main meanings of these markers? In principle, in general, I can understand, but not all of them.
Okay, so let's say, let's look at some of these then.
Fundamentally.
Yeah, fundamentally. When would we use fundamentally? Fundamentally, and is there another one that's similar? No. So fundamentally is different to all of these. Okay, so another one that's similar to fundamentally probably is basically. Yeah, basically, essentially.
Essentially,
and fundamentally. Those three, they go hand in hand, and you can use them in a similar context. And you use them to express something that's true in principle, or even originally. You could also use originally. Yeah. So, for example, you can say basically, like if we use one of the examples from yesterday, basically he's a workaholic, so you won't see him getting involved in the charity run. Yeah, so basically he works a lot. Yeah, he's a workaholic, so you won't see him getting involved in the charity run. Or essentially, the laser scans the barcode. The laser scans the barcode and registers the product details. So it's talking about the basic idea of what you're trying to say, the fundamental meaning of what the sentence that you're saying.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Then we have apparently.
Apparently, yeah, I know this meaning. It's practically like obviously, but it's closer to supposing about something, like speculation about something.
Yeah, so for example, you don't. Another one is presumably. Yeah, presumably or allegedly. They go hand in hand. So if you want to say something you may believe is true, but you're not certain, so you're not 100% sure. Yeah, so you can say apparently this is what I heard. So you're not 100% sure if it's true, but you're saying apparently. Okay, so rightly, what else could we use rightly?
It's an opposite of wrong, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, rightly. That's rightly so. For example, you could use that. You could also use wrongly, but if you want to say the other side, the opposite thing, you know. And you use this to express your opinion, let's say, or on someone's behavior. You might say, actually, you can even use stupidly, believe it or not. Stupidly, wisely, you know. So wisely, the teacher discouraged the student from getting overtired before the test. Amazingly, something we surprise. You're surprised about. Amazingly, he still managed to run the 20 miles, even though his leg was hurting him. He had an injury. So you're saying this with surprise. Supposedly, I think it's the same as apparently, right? Yeah, so you can use those the same. Obviously, when something is obvious. Something is clear,
Mm-hmm.
you know it's a fact. So you say obviously. Actually.
As I know, in different situation, actually can mean absolutely different meaning.
Okay, explain. How would you use it?
For example, when one person something told to another, but not so right or not so true, and you can ask in the contrary, actually, like doubt about what he said. Like critical attitude.
Yes. Yeah, you could use it that way.
But in most cases, it may be used like obviously or actually like clarification of something.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well explained. Yeah, that's exactly it. And this is something which is very common. Yeah, actually, we use it a lot. Okay, then surely. Again, you're sure about something. There's maybe evidence. Like obviously, it's the same as obviously. Really. Financially.
Oh.
Obviously, you're talking about finance. Yeah, that's straightforward.
Financially.
And you have to be perfectly frank.
Oh, it's so tricky sound.
Yeah.
Maybe frankly speaking, maybe more suitable or useful.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yes, that's common to say it that way. You're right. Frankly speaking, like quite openly and without, you're not hesitating to say, to withhold anything. Yeah. So frankly or to be perfectly frank is the same. Really.
Or honestly speaking.
Yeah. Or you can say personally.
Personally, yeah.
Yeah. So this expresses an opinion which you believe is true, but it may be unpleasant to hear. Yeah. So if you want to say something, say a fact, or say some truth, but the person that's receiving your sentence, your statement, might not like what you're about to say. You understand? So you can use this by saying, frankly speaking, I don't like what you just did. Okay. Oh, what happened? The other person might react, what did I do that made you so uncomfortable? Okay. So let's have a look now. So what would you use for question or sentence 4? Maybe Ksenia, would you like to try number 4?
The teacher maybe rightly reprimanded the student for buying Tommy in the playground. That's what I would have done too.
Rightly? What do you think, guys?
I think it's rightly.
Yeah, Vitaly, and what would you use? Or Andrei?
No, I need to think a little bit. I can't.
Maybe more.
What I would have done too. Maybe.
More direct, like fundamentally, surely.
Maybe we should hear Ksenia's explanation. Why would you use rightly? Ksenia, why did you choose rightly?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, why did you choose rightly?
It's my opinion. I choose one of these.
Was it just a guess, or do you think?
I guess. I don't sure.
You're not sure? That's
No.
fine. Actually, you're correct. It is rightly. Yeah. So the teacher rightly reprimanded the student for bullying Tommy. What's bullying? Do you understand this word?
Maybe it's doing something bad to him.
Yeah. He wasn't
And
doing
rightly, it's a rule. The pupil mustn't to bite or fight with another student. It's a rule, and people and teachers say rightly.
Exactly. So he did the right thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Because there was a wrong thing that was happening from one student. He did a bad act. So the teacher did the right thing. So he rightly reprimanded the student for bullying Tommy in the playground. That's what I would have done too. That confirms it, that it was the right thing to do. Okay, let's do next one. Andre?
Financially, the couple weren't in a position to buy the townhouse.
Yeah, that's good. That's easy, isn't it? Financially. They were not financially able to do it. Very good. All right, Vitaly? 6? The scaffolding. Do you know what scaffolding means?
What is it?
You should Google it. It's used for construction when building, you know, the buildings or the outside of the building.
Okay. Carcass, something like that.
Can you take this picture down?
Can you see it now? So the scaffolding.
I don't see. Amazingly, again.
Amazingly, yes.
Amazingly.
Yeah, the scaffolding amazingly didn't collapse under the weight of the lorry. What's a lorry?
It's a big vehicle.
Yes, like a truck.
Yeah.
Like a truck.
Excellent. So even though the lorry or the truck is so heavy and it's on top of the scaffolding, amazingly, it didn't collapse. The scaffolding didn't collapse. Very good. 7. Ksenia.
Maybe actually I think Chris is a bad role model for the kids. Or to be perfectly frank.
That's more like it. You see, usually when you say use this word frank or to be perfectly frank, what follows, the sentence that follows, is something that might be a little bit harsh, or controversial. So I think Chris is a bad role model for the kids. Okay. Maybe he's a teacher or something like that, or he's another student that's not a very good role model for the kids. Yeah. So to be frankly, or to be perfectly frank, is the correct one. 8. Andre.
8. The compounds used in both medications are the same. We can use different, for example, obviously or surely, because as I see, the past simple indicate that we have some evidence for the same compounds. That can mean that surely maybe the best for it's the best.
Yeah, I mean you can always be different. You know, if there is a different meaning, or if you explain yourself, about the sentence. But just looking at how it is now, there's only one that actually fits here, and it's not surely.
Maybe who make a difference there?
Maybe apparently.
And supposedly.
It's fundamentally.
Yes.
What it's a sentence about science?
Yeah, so we're talking about the fundamentals.
Yeah.
The origin, perhaps, of this particular, of the compounds, yeah, that are used in the medication. So something that's used in the medication, we say fundamentally.
And when we say a difficult word, it's always we use fundamental, yeah?
Oh.
About science, math, and...
You could, yeah. Definitely, you could do that, yes. Okay, second last one. Vitaly?
Question number 10.
9. Do 9.
Oh, supposedly or apparently.
Very good. Supposedly, there is going to be a protest march in the city
on Sunday or Saturday in on the 3rd or 1st or 2nd of November in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, good. So here something is unclear. It's not 100% certain. So we say apparently or supposedly. Either would be fine. Yeah. Okay, and the last one.
Paul has been going out every night till midnight. Apparently he is going to get ill. Or supposedly also.
Okay, so here Paul has been going out every night till midnight. So there should be a consequence. And
No, okay, surely.
Surely.
Situation when he spent so many times before in the midnight, yeah, every night, and maybe he was frozen or something. I don't know, and we can suppose about consequences of his actions. I think one of apparently or supposedly.
In that case, you should presume, not suppose. The way you're explaining it would be presumably. Like you are presuming, you are almost or predicting it, you know, because you have a bit of evidence.
But the most close word is apparently.
Apparently is when you're not sure about something. You have two different types of information. Or you heard a new information which you were not aware of.
Тогда surely.
So here, surely, or when something is pretty clear.
Actually.
No.
As you say, surely and obviously is the same, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Imagine if somebody goes out every night until midnight, and obviously he's gonna get ill.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, in this case we'll use obviously. Alright, let's do the next activity. Here should be a bit easier, I think. The following sentences form a paragraph. Complete the paragraph by choosing the correct form from the box below. That, so, such, such that, and so that. So let's have a look at the first one. Xenia.
The weather report stated that it was going to be a cold day. No, that.
Yeah, that's no, that is correct. That is correct.
Yes, I wrote my overcoat to work. As I wear. So I wear my overcoat to work.
Very good, yes. So the weather report stated that it was going to be a cold day. So I wore my overcoat to work. Very good. Okay, what about the next sentence, Andre?
However, it was so cold that I really needed my gloves as well.
Very good. However, it was so cold that I really needed my gloves as well. Very good. Okay, Vitaly, number 4.
Okay. So was a mistake. Won't make it again.
So was a mistake. I won't make it again.
Not so suitable. We need something which can be used as a pronoun. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be that. Good.
That.
Well explained. That was a mistake. I won't make again. That was a mistake. I won't make again. I won't repeat. All right. Number 5. Xenia.
It was such a bitterly cold day that heavy frost covered the ground and puddles had frozen.
Perfect. Well done. It was such a bitterly cold day that a heavy frost covered the ground and puddles had frozen. Okay, very good. So, okay. Next one, Andre.
I was frozen by the time I got to the office. So I ran hot water over my hands to warm them up.
So I ran hot water over my hands. Very good. Yeah? Okay, good. Number 7, Vitaly.
I was shivering. I was such cold. Such cold that
the sentence finishes here. The sentence ends after cold.
Oh, sorry. It was shivering. I was such cold.
No.
So cold.
Yeah, I was so cold.
Yeah, so cold.
So cold.
Yeah, I was so cold. I was shivering. Yeah, very good. Okay, 8. Xenia.
And when we see the word weather, we should use that or such. Such?
In this case, you're gonna say such.
Rule?
Yeah, you should say such. Such weather doesn't
happen.
Doesn't
happen often in Sydney.
Such weather, it's like a replacement for this kind of weather.
Yes, that kind of bad weather, but such weather.
Yeah, such weather doesn't happen often in Sydney. Alrighty. It's a matter of practice and becoming familiar and used to it. Yeah. So let's have a look at the second last one. I will.
I will never forget that day again.
Yeah, that day. Yeah, very good.
Yes, that day.
Okay, and the last one, Vitaly.
The weather boy, however, is predicted another day like today. So I better prepare myself.
Very good. Just like similar to the one at the beginning here. So we have some evidence of what the weather will be like. So what are you going to do about it? So I'd better prepare myself. All right, excellent, well done. So we got 20 minutes left. Let's try and do the next. Where is it? I'll have to go back. So I'm going to play the video. Hopefully we can still do it and get the most out of it. So we're doing episode 13. All right. So I'm going to play it. Please mute your microphones. And then we'll get into it straight away.
Hello, I'm Margot Politis. Welcome to Study English IELTS preparation. Today we're going to focus on word form groups: noun, verb, and preposition phrases. Then we'll look at some words that can be used as both nouns and verbs, and we'll learn how to tell which is which. But first, we visit an automotive factory, a place where they build cars, and we see how a new piece of machinery is helping to avoid mistakes in the manufacturing process.
Here we have two faults which are very common in the automotive industry, where the weld has deviated from the seam here. Paint and grease are very common faults in the automotive industry, and where we've welded over the paint, you can see that there's bubbles in the weld. Typically we call this porosity. At the moment, only take a sample of the cars. You're not able to test every weld in every car, and that's a major advantage of our technology. We can test every weld in every car.
Understanding English is much easier if you understand how words can be grouped together. Knowing the function of a group of words can help you to follow a sequence of ideas when you're reading or listening. The main word form groups are noun phrases, verb phrases, and preposition phrases. Let's begin with noun phrases. A noun phrase is made up of a determiner. That might be an article, like a, an, or the. A determiner could be a number, like 1, 2, or 3. Or it could be a demonstrative adjective. For example, this or those. As well as a determiner, a noun phrase can have a modifier. A modifier can be an adjective, like big, green, or impressive. Or it could be a possessive, like my or John's. And finally, a noun phrase must have a noun. An example of a noun phrase is the IELTS test. It has a determiner, a modifier, and a noun. Now let's take a look at a verb phrase. There are a variety of verb phrases. The simplest verb phrase is a single main verb standing alone. Other verb phrases are formed by an auxiliary verb and a main verb, or different combinations of auxiliary verbs and main verbs. For example, she finished her homework. She had finished her homework. She was required to finish her homework. She finished doing her homework. Okay, so that's noun phrases and verb phrases. There are also preposition phrases. A preposition phrase begins with a preposition. It could be a preposition of time, place, or direction. So a preposition phrase starts with words such as at, on, during, up, or down. Let's put a noun, verb, and preposition phrase together. In the sentence, the IELTS test finished at 1 o'clock on Friday, we have a noun phrase, a verb phrase, and a preposition phrase. The function of verb, noun, and preposition phrases depends on their position in the sentence. Noun phrases are often subjects. They usually come before the verb phrase in a sentence. The noun phrase tells us everything about the verb in the clause that follows. Let's listen to Dr. Trevor Gore. He's talking about faults or weaknesses that occur at points that have been welded together. See if you can tell what is the function of the word weld.
Here we have two faults which are very common in the automotive industry, where the weld has deviated from the seam here.
Dr. Gore says the weld has deviated from the seam. The weld is a noun phrase. It contains a determiner, the, and a noun, weld. The weld is a noun phrase that functions as the subject of this clause. It's followed by the verb phrase, has deviated, and then the preposition phrase, from the seam. Let's listen to Dr. Gore use the word weld in a different clip. What is the function of weld in this context?
Paint and grease are very common faults in the automotive industry, and where we welded over the paint, you can see that there's bubbles in the weld.
He says, we have welded over the paint. The subject is we. Have welded is the verb phrase. It functions as the verb of the sentence. So here, weld is used as a verb. Notice that over the paint is the preposition phrase. There's one more use of the word weld in the story.
At the moment, to only take a sample of the cars, you're not able to test every weld in every car. And that's a major advantage of our technology. We can test every weld in every car.
He uses weld twice. He says, with the old technology, you are not able to test every weld. But when talking about the new technology, he says, we can test every weld. In both of these sentences, weld occurs with a determiner. The determiner is every. So weld is used as part of a noun phrase, every weld. It's a noun. It occurs after the verb phrases are not able to test and can test. So here the noun phrase, every weld, is an object. We've seen how different word forms can perform different functions. For example, weld is used in today's story as both a noun and a verb. There are quite a few words in English that use the same word for both the noun and verb form. Listen for some other examples.
Paint and grease are very common faults in the automotive industry, and where we welded over the paint, you can see that there's bubbles in the weld. Typically we call this porosity. At the moment, to only take a sample of the cars, you're not able to test every weld in every car. And that's a major advantage of our technology. We can test every weld in every car.
Dr. Gore says that you only take a sample of the cars. The word sample can be used as a verb or a noun. What is it in this sentence? Sample occurs after a determiner, a. So we know that it is the noun in the noun phrase. He also says you are not able to test every weld in every car. Like sample, test can be a noun and a verb. Here, test is part of the verb phrase are not able to test. It's a verb. So you can see that it's a good idea to study a sentence closely for noun, verb, and preposition phrases if you're confused about meaning. Let's take a quick look back over what we've looked at today. We practiced identifying and using noun and verb forms in different functions. We looked at what makes a noun phrase, a verb phrase, and a preposition phrase. And we finished by looking at words that are both nouns and verbs. There are many more examples and exercises on the Study English website, so don't forget to log on for some more practice. It's at abcasiapacific.com/studyenglish. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, so there you go. Obviously, we don't have much time, so I can't ask all three of you to retell me what we just watched. So maybe, Andre, could you please just tell us what you have watched and what you understood?
This video was about three, even more, four important grammar construction in English. First of all, we could listen to about noun, pronoun, and verb phrases, and how to identify different meanings of verbs and nouns dependingly on preposition, articles, and auxiliary verbs, if it needed. In principle, I understand all, but we need to practice that in real conversation, and maybe point on some important nuances. Yeah.
Okay, good, excellent. Thank you very much. Well done. All right, so let me get straight into the PDF of this. Let's see if I can share it with you. Okay, here it is. So word form groups and their function. Yeah, so we covered noun phrases, verb phrases, and prepositional phrases. Now that's what she spoke about. So there are other ones like adjective phrases and adverb phrases as well. But which we don't need to cover now. So let's have a look. Well, that was repeated. So let's look at some examples of noun phrases. All right. So a noun phrase obviously consists of a noun, which is the head word and often includes a determiner and/or modifier. Yeah. So determiner can be an article, yeah, a and the possessive adjectives like my, your, his, and so on. Demonstrative adjectives, this or these, that or those. Quantifiers. I'll just make it a bit bigger for you. Yeah. Some, any, each, every, neither, both, and numbers. First, second, and one, and so on. Modifier can be, adjectives such as small and so on. Noun. And possessive forms like brothers, car, and so on. And then we have the noun. For example, a small lamp would be the noun phrase. This computer factory. His brother's bicycle. And so on. Then we have the verb phrase. The main verb. We have examples like is, are, read, finish, see. Then we have one or more auxiliary verbs and a main verb as well. Is reading, should be commending, had returned, or doesn't work or does work. And then we have thirdly the main verb plus another main verb. Want to give, suggest reading, advise going. Yeah. Okay. And fourthly, phrasal verb on its own. So bring back, come up with, yeah, these are phrasal verbs. Preposition phrases. The preposition many, yeah, so we have many, at, by, down, during, and so on. Then the noun phrase, the cinema, for several reasons. So at the cinema for several reasons, from the point of view, into the night, or on foot. Okay, so those are the examples. So I can give you the link for this, and you can download it, save it on your computer, and look at these in more detail, because there are some more examples here of adjectives, phrases, and so on, which we didn't cover really. Don't need to dwell into it. Okay, so let's try.
Something wrong with link. It's don't use.
Really? Doesn't let you use the link?
Yeah.
No, it should start by maybe a little bit later.
Okay, maybe use this link here. This is the actual video link, but you need to click on the PDF below the video. It's called Study Notes.
It's okay.
Okay. And you also have the activities below that too.
Alan,
Yes.
one moment. When we are talking about main verbs plus main verbs,
okay.
Point 3. The last suggest reading, but reading isn't a verb. It's a gerund, as I can understand.
Yeah, good, but it refers to an action. It's, you know, you're doing something. What are you doing? Reading.
If you form as continuous, for example.
Yeah.
But as I see, there are main verb plus main verb, not modified, or we can see nothing about that. In the second column, I mean.
The second column. Sorry, which? Number 4? Oh, this one here.
No. I mean point 3, but the next column written main verb, but not any modification. For example, gerund or ing form. Main verb, I understand that it is in infinitive with to or without to, but infinitive main verb. Or I'm not right in this.
Yeah, well, reading is still a verb. It's just it's not
kind of verb.
Yeah, it's a non-finite. Now we have infinite, and this is non-finite. You know, it's a different type of verb, but it's still considered a verb. Yeah.
While reading, for example, it's a verb, main verb. So
it's considered a main verb. You see, it's not infinite, but it's non-finite. But you can put them together. You still consider them main verbs. Yeah, suggest and reading.
Okay.
If you were to use, let's say, read, suggest read, then who is going to read it? Then you have to put you. So I suggest you read. Do you understand? Then they're split up. It becomes a bit complex.
Yeah.
But if you say I suggest reading this, then it's a general thing. Yeah, you say generally, I suggest reading should be the good thing to do.
Okay, I get it.
All right, so where are we? Okay, let's do a quick activity. It's already gone past the time. So let's see. Okay, second one. Should we do this one or the other one? Yeah, I don't want to make you too confused when it comes to this. Okay, so the second activity, let's do this quickly. I think this shouldn't take too long. Identify the word form group and function of the word, highlighted in bold. So let's do the first sentence. Andre, go ahead.
First word grease, black grease, it's a noun group, and to grease obviously is verb.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, so first is the noun phrase, and the second is the verb phrase. So this is the object, right?
Yes.
Good, and this is the verb. Very good. Second one. Ksenia.
It would be appropriate to present the present in the present time. To present, it's a verb phrase. The present, it's a noun phrase. In the present time, it's a preposition phrase.
Very good. Is there a pronunciation difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
To present, it's the second syllable.
Good.
The present on the first syllable, and in the present time, it's the first syllable.
Very good. So the stress falls on the first syllable, on the last two, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to the verb, it's on the second syllable. Very good. Vitaly, number 3.
The noun use his form to produce. In the first case, to produce is a verb phrase, and in the second case, produce is a noun phrase.
Very good. Is the pronunciation the same?
To produce.
To produce. Okay, it's correct. In the second?
Produce. Okay.
Here, yeah, the noun. So it's going to have the stress on the beginning, the first syllable. The verb has it on the second syllable. Okay, Andres, next one.
Unfortunately, John will object to the object in the window. Will object, it's a verb group, and that object, it's a noun group.
Very good. Oh, noun group?
That object, yes, it's a noun group.
Is it noun group?
I mean, no, we have that demonstrative preposition, that object.
That object.
Okay, prepositional.
Prepositional. To that object in the window.
Yeah, prepositional.
Very good, yeah. Yeah, pronunciation is very good as well. Yeah. Okay, 5, Ksenia?
Actually, Mary will contest the contest which she feels was based. Will contest, it's a verb phrase. The contest, it's a noun phrase.
Excellent. Well pronounced as well. Perfect. 6, Vitaly.
Conveniently, the Smiths live in the vicinity to take part in the live concert. The Smith live.
The Smiths?
The Smiths live.
Live?
Live.
You sure?
Is a noun group, and the live concert is a noun phrase. In this case, in the first case, is object. In the first subject, excuse me. In the first, the object.
In the second, maybe.
In the second, sorry.
Yeah, the first will be the Smiths live in the vicinity. Yeah.
Oh, it's
not live.
Yeah, they live in the vicinity, so it's verb. It's a verb phrase.
No, verb.
The second one, though, in the live concert?
The live.
Preposition.
Preposition because in.
Okay.
Yes. And before we had, yeah, to that object because of to, yeah? Okay, so both of these are prepositional. All right, 7.
The scientist will subject the subject to DNA testing. Will subject, obviously, it is a verb phrase. The subject, it is noun.
Excellent, well pronounced as well. Subject, the subject. Very good. 8, Ksenia.
The council will not permit the use of the interstate permit.
Nice.
Will not permit, it's a verb phrase, and instead permit, it's a noun phrase.
Very good, well pronounced. Okay, second last one.
Students' progress will need to progress faster to have an impact. Progress is a noun phrase. Students' progress noun phrase. As a subject and to progress.
Yeah, that's better.
Noun verb. It is a verb phrase.
Verb phrase, good. So the second one is the verb phrase here, to progress. Students' progress will need to progress faster. And the last one?
The southerly wind made it possible to wind down the canvas awning. First part is noun group, and the second is verb group.
Good. How do we pronounce the second one, the verb one?
To wind was
very good, yes. To wind down the canvas.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, to wind down the canvas awning. Excellent, that was really good. I thought that was productive. Yeah, very good. It's the first activity. I think you can do that in your spare time. Okay, and the answers are at the very end, I think on the last page. You can have a look at that. Okay, any questions? We've gone over time.
No, it's clear.
All good. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, goodbye, guys.
Much. Goodbye.
Have a nice welcome. Okay, bye, guys.